Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Let us talk. Let us talk about our beloved CONCACAF Confederation. That didn't even come out well. Let me say that over. Let us talk about our beloved CONCACAF Confederation. It's not the most entertaining, but it's ours. It's all we got. It's all we got. Let's just do a quick recap of match day 1 before we talk about match day 2 briefly. Wasn't much of an improvement on match day 1, but it was a little more entertaining. A little bit more. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. Match day 1 of the octagonal, where 8 teams contest 3 automatic places, 1 playoff spot for the 4th place team for the Intercontinental Playoff Final. Canada, Honduras, Panama, Costa Rica, Mexico, Jamaica, El Salvador, Estados Unidos, the US of A. I don't speak Spanish. I'm just trying to have some fun. Just trying to liven things up since CONCACAF has been a bit dull. Canada won. Honduras won. Good draw for Canada against a CONCACAF powerhouse in Honduras. Panama 0, Costa Rica 0. Good draw for Panama. Honduras, Costa Rica picking up draws in those games. Panama and Canada. Underdogs, in my opinion. Good results. Really good results. Panama looked really good in their game. So did Canada. Mexico 2, Jamaica 1. I think Jamaica were quite unfortunate not to pick up a point from that game. Top of Whitmore. And El Salvador 0, the USA 0. That game was dull. That was a snooze fest. We move on to match day 2, September 5th, Sunday. It doesn't feel like a Sunday, but it is a Sunday. Let us talk about these games. Let's start with El Salvador 0, Costa Rica. Not Costa Rica. Oh, man, I'm stuck on a Costa Rica-Panama game. El Salvador 0, Honduras 0. Another 0-0 draw for El Salvador. Listen, for El Salvador, who most people don't fancy actually qualifying for the World Cup, these are 2 W's. They're draws. They're D's. But in my eyes, and a lot of El Salvadorian fans' eyes, these are 2 W's. La Selecta have played well in their first 2 games. A 0-0 against the champions of CONCACAF, the inaugural Nations League champs. That's a big result. Against Honduras, a team who they never really play well against, that's a big result. That is a huge result. El Salvador dominated possession, 70%. They only had 8 shots at goal with 1 on target. It was a dull game. Not many clear-cut chances in the match. But El Salvador are showing us that they can play attractive football and they can be effective. 84% pass accuracy, 510 passes, comparing to a 206 passes attempted for Honduras with only 63% completed. If you do your math, that's just about 140 or so passes completed. This was good. This was a good performance by La Selecta. Hugo Perez has these players looking good. I have to say, El Salvador, you're not in the mud. You're really not in the mud. Good start. Very good start to World Cup qualifiers. Eric Zavaleta, Darwin Seren, Alex Roldan, these guys have been playing well. Tamacas, Martinez in goal, hardly tested. El Salvador has looked good. It has been a cautious start to proceedings in terms of CONCACAF. You look at El Salvador, 2 points in 2 games. You look at Honduras, 2 points in 2 games. You see what I'm saying? El Salvador are 6th, Honduras are 4th. Honduras did score. El Salvador haven't yet scored. But most importantly, 2 clean sheets in the bag. Let's give El Salvador a round of applause. Let's give them a round of applause. Listen, you got to give it to this team, man. You got to give it to this team. A lot of people don't rate them at all, but they had a very solid Gold Cup, and you could see this form bleeding into the World Cup qualifiers. Good stuff. The next game will be on the road against Canada, however, and that's going to be where the real test comes in. That's where the real test is going to happen, because at home, they could do the business. No problem in doing the business at home. Estadio Cuscotlan is, Cuscotlan, let me say that properly, is a fortress for El Salvador so far. But when they travel to Canada, we have to see something more. A draw would do for them. 3 draws in 3 games, 3 points is better than none. It's better than none. So Hugo Perez, I think he would be happy about this. They could continue building on what they did at the Gold Cup. And even if they fail to qualify for the 2022 World Cup, they could try for the 2026, where there'll be 3 automatic spots and 2 extra spots in the playoffs for those, I think, last 2 places, if I'm not mistaken. So well done, El Salvador. Well done. Fabian Coito and Honduras. They were a lot better against Canada. They showed more intent, especially going forward. But it seems against El Salvador, they were more than happy to sit back without the ball and break on the counter. That was their strategy. Didn't work. El Salvador figured them out. They knew how to deal with them, and they nullified anything that Honduras had to offer. Guys, these squads are going to be tested in terms of their depth. 3 games in the international break, unprecedented. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the 3rd game. I think in the 3rd game, this window, we might see some more open style football. We may see some more goals. Legs will tire. Teams will rotate. The quality will drop. At least I'm hoping that's what we get. Really, I am hoping. So for Honduras, their next game will be, they will host the USA. That's a big game. That is a big game. Are the USA going to do what they just did against El Salvador and Canada and draw? It has been a cautious start to proceedings. Very, very cautious start. Listen, we're going to move right on. Congratulations to both teams. That's a point on the board. And you know what they say? Points on the board is points on the board. Let us talk about Jamaica versus Panama. I already made a whole video talking about the Jamaica-Panama game, so I won't be too long on this one at all. We actually have goals to talk about. That's the thing. We have goals to touch on. So let us talk about this. Jamaica versus Panama. Jamaica 0, Panama 3. Andres Andrade with a brilliant goal in the 14th minute. Brilliant long-distance shot after winning the ball back in midfield. Jamaica, wasn't very good on the day. Very poor, I should say. Very, very poor. Rolando Blackburn in the 39th minute after teasing a few minutes prior. Wicked header after Eric Davis cross. And then Cecilia Waterman, marginally offside in my opinion, pushed through by Adalberto Carrasquilla with a double nutmeg to score to make it 3. Dominant performance by Thomas Christensen and his boys over a very inept Theodore Tapper Whitmore and his. Jamaica all over the place. They're all over the place, I'm telling you. This was a poor performance. I've been watching the Jamaican team for a while. And since I had my channel in 2017, I've been covering their games in the Gold Cup 2017, Gold Cup 2019, a little bit of the Nations League, Gold Cup 2021. I've seen enough. The Jamaican team is better than this. I don't know what is going on. I really don't know what is going on, man. But the team just looks fragmented. All over the place. You bring in so-called better players, the team played worse. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. Really, but it's not bending. How was Jamaica so bad? Or was Jamaica that bad? Or were Panama very good? We have to think about that. It could be that Panama were very, very good. They were good. They were good. Thomas Christensen, I gotta take my hats off to you. The Dane got Panama playing some attractive football. Quality stuff. Quality passing. 546 passes attempted. 84% pass accuracy. Come on. What better do you want? 61% possession. On the road. On the road. 9 shots at goal, 6 on target. If it wasn't for Andre Blake, Jamaica would have been deeper in the mud. Maybe like a 5-0. Jamaica did get a few chances of their own. Wasn't able to take them. Best chances that comes to mind, Kemar Roof, early in the game. Put it over. Shamar Nicholson, a shot from a tight angle. Can't blame him. The goalkeeper saved it. Mejia wasn't tested enough. The Jamaican midfield was non-existent in the first half. Second half, little better. Junior Flemings, Devon Speedy Williams came on, make things look a little bit better. But this Jamaican team looks all over the place. It's going to be stretched. It's going to be stretched during this international break. I'm telling you this. The next game will be in Costa Rica. And the boys that played in Mexico will come back because the UK-based players cannot travel to Costa Rica, or they would have to go into prolonged quarantine and they'll miss their club matches over the weekend and Champions League, Europa League, where it applies. Conference League, where it applies. I don't think any of them is in the Conference or Champions League, but you get the point. Maybe then. Where's Rangers? Kemar Roof does play for Rangers, right? I think they're in the Europa League. But yeah. Mikel Antonio expected something better from him. The man did nothing all game. The man basically came down from the UK to play 70 minutes, back again. Practice match for the West Ham game this weekend. Bobby Reed, Ravel Morrison, 45 minutes, back to the UK. They should have just stayed there. I know that's not the way to look at it, but they should have just stayed. Really, they should have just stayed. To be honest, it's harsh, but maybe they should have just given some local players the opportunities. They would have done better. I really think so. It's not that they didn't try. They just didn't do anything on the day. You got to give it to Panama. They were absolutely fantastic. Big up to those Caballeros. Oh, man, my Spanish is bad. But the reggae boys, you're deep in the mud. And it's going to take a lot of clawing to claw out. Because it's not looking good. 2 games, no points. Jamaica are the only team in CONCACAF right now without a point. Panama, on the other hand, they got a point to prove. Qualified in the 2018 World Cup, and they haven't looked good since. But I'm telling you, they went through the preliminaries. They came through to the final round. They defeated Curacao. They weren't convincing at all, but they look good. They have been working between now and then. Wasn't the best Gold Cup campaign either, but still, they look good. Telling you, they got some quality players, man. Bárcenas, Godoy, Jose Luis Rodriguez, Eric Davis, Cecilia Waterman, Andrade. The list goes on, man. The list goes on, I'm telling you. This team is looking nice. Blackburn, this team is looking nice. And even though I did not predict Panama to make it back to the World Cup, I won't be surprised if they do. Because out of all the teams that has played so far in CONCACAF, in terms of a power ranking, I'll put Panama number 1. Even above Mexico with their 2 wins. Because they haven't been convincing. I'll put Panama number 1. Panama looks the best so far. As for Jamaica, they are on the opposite side of the spectrum. They look the worst. Their next game will be against Costa Rica. And October, listen, let me put this out there right now. October is going to get ugly for Jamaica. Let me just say that right now. The USA, Canada, Honduras. Listen, dog eat your World Cup place, basically. And we're going to move on. There's a lot more to talk about. We're going to move on. We are going to move on. For Panama, though, their next game will be against Mexico at home. This is a tricky one, but if we could judge from what Panama has done so far, it's going to take a lot to topple them. In October, they got El Salvador, the USA, and Canada. That's going to be tricky. Well, let's see. Let us see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let us move on. We got 2 more fixtures to talk about. Costa Rica, 0. Mexico, 1. Once again, Mexico get the result without being overly convincing. Orbelin Pineda with the penalty in the 45th minute after Andres Guardado was fouled inside the box, just inside. Rash tackle by the Costa Rican player. Definitely a penalty. VAR, not necessary. Definitely a penalty. And VAR isn't being used in CONCACAF where they claim 5 of the teams' stadium does not meet the standard. Only the USA, Canada, and Mexico stadiums meet the standard. So they have to improve things because VAR is necessary in these high-stakes games. Really high stakes. Look, I have to say this. Mexico, they weren't convincing. 9 shots at goal, 3 on target. Funes Mori, you have to bury those balls. You got to put them in the back of the net. When you get opportunities like that, Funes Mori, you have to score. You got to score. You really, really got to score. As for Costa Rica, 1 shot on target, and that was a Brian Ruiz shot. Very tame shot, straight to Memo Ochoa. I'm telling you, Costa Rica has not been so convincing. But then again, guys, it's still early. And that goes for all the teams, even at Jamaica. It's only 2 games in. Even though the future may look kind of bleak, have hope. Stay positive. Be optimistic. It ain't over until the fat lady sings. You know what they say. Look, not the most exciting matches. Mexico with the better chances. But they were frustrated by Costa Rica. They almost, they look a little threatening in the end there, but not enough going forward in my opinion. Not enough going forward in these 2 games so far. 1 point so far for Costa Rica. They're just above Jamaica in terms of the standings. 1 point. Jamaica, none. In terms of the power rankings, Costa Rica is right above Jamaica in my opinion too. They're looking light. I am predicting them to qualify via the playoffs. But right now, if I was given an opportunity to change my mind, I would put Panama in that position or even higher. So not much more to add on this game, to be completely honest. So we won't linger too much, and we're going to move on. Costa Rica play Jamaica in their next game. And in terms of October, their games are against Honduras on the road, El Salvador at home, and on the road against the USA, who they beat on the road last time around in World Cup qualifiers. So they will look to repeat that trick. It's not going to be easy, but it is quite possible. Last but not least, the USA won, Canada won. I made predictions for these. I only got one prediction right, was the draw between the USA and Canada. I did predict a draw between Costa Rica and Mexico. That didn't happen. I did predict a win for Honduras over El Salvador based on their strong history, even visiting Estadio Cuscotlan. And I predicted Jamaica to at least get a draw against Panama. Failed to do so. But look here, man. Look, let's talk about this last game. Very entertaining game, I have to say. But once again, the USA dropped 2 points. This is a win for Canada. Remember the last time in the Nations League when Canada beat the USA on home soil and then traveled away to the USA and lost, embarrassing loss at that. And Canada lost to the USA in the Gold Cup as well. Canada has an inferior record against the USA. So for them to come on US soil and pick up a point and look the better team throughout the game, even with less possession, you got to give it to John Herdman and his boys. Because the USA had a lot of the ball, enough of the ball to actually win the game. 72% possession, 11 shots, only 2 on target. Boyan was tested. He was tested. A shot even hit the post for the USA. Quite unfortunate not to score. But for the Canadians, they had 6 shots at goal, 2 on target, 1 in the back of the net. 28% of the ball. 28. 231 passes and 70% pass accuracy. They were very effective after going down. When they went down, it's like Canada bossed the rest of the game. I don't know what it is, but they responded well to going down. That was a good goal scored by the USA. Very, very good goal. Brendan Aronson stole the ball, passed it. Kellen Acosta laying off to Anthony Robinson. Nice run, square. Aronson continuing his run, tapping. Canadian defense not picking him up. The man is as slick as a weasel. Lovely. It's very, very nice to see him on the score sheet. And, you know, maybe if it was Josh Sargent, that would not have been the case. But I have my criticism for Josh Sargent. He's overrated in my opinion. It only took 7 minutes for Canada to reply. Brilliant transition of the ball. Kamal Miller to Sam, I don't know this guy very well, but Ade Kudbe. And then Ade Kudbe to Alphonso Davies, who just hit the ball and run past Yedlin, showing his strength and skill, square the ball, Larin, nobody picking him up, another tap in, 1-1. If any team was going to win this game today, it would have been Canada after how they played when they went down. I'm telling you, very good stuff by Canada though. But look, in terms of Greg Berhalter and his lineup here, I think the lineup does look a little bit better, more balanced, with John Brooks coming in for Ream, Robinson coming in for Yedlin, Des shifting over to the right. I think they should have played a stronger team against El Salvador. I think they had the depth to do so. They should have mixed it up. They really should have mixed it up. I think Greg Berhalter went in a bit too light against El Salvador. You see what I'm saying? And he was very ineffective. Kellen Acosta, Adams, and Leggett. I think this midfield is a little bit too robust, in my opinion. Where's the creativity in this midfield? You know, Kellen Acosta is a very, gritty type player. He does have a bit of creativity in him, but still, Tyler Adams does not have that. Leggett, yeah, but we didn't see it on the day. We really didn't. This game was crying out for a player like maybe a Gianluca Busio, who I don't think is part of the squad right now. Seriously. This game was calling out for a creator in the middle of the field. We didn't see that. We really didn't see that. The USA has to step up. They got to step up. The USA has to step up. This is unacceptable. Pulisic came in. Jordan Pifak, he doesn't want to be called Sibuchu. Pifak came in as well. Weston McKennie, disciplinary reasons, he was out of the team. Gio Reyna, injured. You have my goalkeeper, Zach Steffen, out with COVID. So the USA, not very, not at full strength. These players would have actually helped the team a lot more. But still, the USA has the depth. They won the Gold Cup with a backup squad. You see what I'm saying? They did well at the Nations League with most of the 18 players. Something's missing. Something is missing. Something is missing. I'm telling you this. Something is missing. I don't know if Christian Pulisic needs to drop into the midfield to be that creative player, but something is missing. That's what I get from this one. I really get. That's what I get. That's what I really get from this. But Canada, man, I gotta say, Canada have impressed me at the Gold Cup and now in World Cup qualifiers, both match days. Even though they only picked up 2 points, these are games that Canada would have lost in the past. You get what I'm saying? They would have lost these games in the past. Davies looked good even though he had to come off injured. Hopefully he's fine. Kyle Larin with the goal. I think Junior Hoylett is a good player, but he lacks the pace. If there was a Tajon Buchanan there from the start, it would have been a total different story. You saw when Tajon Buchanan came on, he really gave the U.S. left back a lot of problems. You see, so maybe in the next game, Tajon would come back. I could see what John Herdman is doing in terms of the rotation, though, because 3 matches in the window, you got to keep things rotating. Look, their right wing back and left wing back, Adekudbe and Larea, these guys are pacey, and I think that's what the Canadian have at their advantage. Their guys are quick, with the exception of Hoylett, by the way. But Steven Estacio, Portuguese youth player. This is a quality player, man. Canada has some quality. Alistair Johnston is a very gritty player. Kennedy came in as I think for Victoria, and Henry came in for Miller. These guys did a stellar job. And when Miller came on, he was involved in a goal. Boyan looks a rocking goal. We know he plays Champions League, Europa League, plays in the Serbian League for Red Star Belgrade. And the man is quality. He's a good shot stopper. Very level-headed player as well, man. It was a feisty game, a few little fights here and there. Nothing too crazy. That's what we love to see. Canada versus the USA. It's a derby. I would have liked to see a winner, but I think Canada would walk away feeling like they won the game, because you could see the U.S. players' heads dropped at the end of the match. They weren't satisfied, and they shouldn't be satisfied with a point. They shouldn't be satisfied with 2 points after 2 games, trying to get back to the grand event after missing it in 2018. This is not a good start at all. USA, you cannot be proud. You shouldn't be proud of this start. You really shouldn't. Let's just take a look at the table right now. Where's my table? Where you got my table hiding? Where you got my table? My table is somewhere around here, though. But you cannot, under any circumstances, be happy with 2 points. You can't. You can't be happy with 2 points after 2 games. This is not... The U.S. supposed to be on 6 points right now. Beasley, your head is looking wild there. Just want to put that out there. I'm saying, man, look, Beasley said not qualifying for the World Cup was a blessing in disguise. Listen, man, listen. If the U.S. continue like this, it could definitely happen again. I'm going to say it right now. It can happen again. But Canada are looking good. I have Canada going to the World Cup. I have the USA going to the World Cup. Let us see if they prove me right or just prove me wrong. You see what I'm saying? So, look, not much more to add. It was a better match day. Match day 1 was quite boring. Let's hope we get something even more spectacular or something with some more, something better. Let's get something better on Wednesday, please. Canada play El Salvador. The USA play Honduras on the road. Costa Rica play Jamaica and Panama play Mexico. I will be back with predictions for these games and I'll be dropping it tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow I'll try to get that out. I would like to get that out a bit earlier than usual. So I'll get the predictions out. Didn't do too well predicting the match day 2 fixtures, but hopefully for the next one, I'll do a lot better. Guys, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm your boy Dominic Rich. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video if you like it. Let me know who you think from CONCACAF will make it to the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Guys, a bit late, 10:55 p.m. my time. I've been working very, very hard during these World Cup qualifiers, and I'm going to get some rest, man. I need a good night's rest because tomorrow I'm back at it again. You see what I'm saying? So, guys, from your boy Dominic Rich, all the best to the 8 teams in CONCACAF. May the best teams qualify. I have to try to work on a power ranking of some sort, man. That'd be nice. So, look, much love, much respect. Thanks for showing love to the video. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. And guys, if there's anything I failed to mention, any big talking points, please let me know in the chat. Okay, remember I'm only human. There's 4 games, all of them playing at the same time. It's very difficult. All right, so peace.